Okay, testing, testing. I must have hit something on the phone. My apologies. Can you hear me now as the commercial goes? Charlie Chapman on the mic. So I will reiterate then, since I was silent. Hello, Franklin. Hi, Kelly, Bill, Ben, Thomas, Michael, Bill. I said Bill. I will not repeat the Reds lineup. You could see it. And if not, we'll pick it up as we go along. So, here we are on a Monday. 38 and gloomy in Spokane. The weather, temperature-wise, very acceptable for this time of year, but God, I'm tired of this gray and gloom, I'll tell you that. Hello, Steve May, and Cleveland baseball fan is here as well. Good crowd here for the start of the game. Wow. My favorite number, 20. Okay, here's Helms to lead it off. Tommy Helms leads the Reds in hitting at .309. 2 home runs, 17 RBIs on the season. Mahaffey, the right-hander, gets the sign from McCarver. And here we go on a 2-7 ground ball to short, fielded by Jerry Buchek. Throws over to Cepeda, 1 down. Yikes, Thomas. Here's Pete Rose hitting .275, 2 homers, 8 RBIs, switch hitter batting lefty. Pitch from Mahaffey on a 1-8. Rose bangs a single up the middle and into center field. So Rose is aboard, rounds and holds at first. Let's check that battery now for St. Louis. Mahaffey a -1, McCarver a -1. So Rose not held at 11. He's not a star stealer. And a lot of 7, 8, and 11 automatically caught. That's 17 out of 36, doing the math there quickly. I cannot envision a scenario where Rose would ever try for the lead. That year he stole 4 and was caught 9 times. Well, that explains it. He wasn't very successful, was he? Here's Pinson. Pinson hitting .261, 4 home runs, a team-leading 21 RBIs. It is, isn't it, Franklin? From the stretch now, Mahaffey comes in there with a 2-9, grounder to second base. Javier to his left scoops it up, throws to Cepeda for the out as Rose takes second. Ground ball C, Rose to second. And here's Gordy Coleman now. Coleman, just 8 for 43 so far. That's a 178 average. He does have 2 home runs. Coleman hasn't played in a while. Back in the cleanup spot. Mahaffey's pitch on a 6-7 is a grounder to second base X. That's going to be a tough chance for Javier. He's a good second baseman. Julian a 2 E15. And here's the result of that play on a 7. He gets to it easily and throws him out to retire the side. No runs to hit, a man left after half an inning of play. Cincinnati nothing. St. Louis coming to bat. Against Jim Maloney. And here's the Cardinal lineup. Bobby Tolan back in the leadoff spot in left. Mike Shannon in right. Kurt Flood in center, the 3 outfielders bunched at the top. Orlando Cepeda hits cleanup and plays first base. Tim McCarver, the catcher. Phil Gagliano at third base. Jerry Buchek is at short. Julian Javier at second. And Mahaffey, the pitcher, hitting ninth. The Reds defensively have Edwards catching. The infield, Coleman, Rose, Cardenas, and Helms, with Johnson, Pinson, and Shamsky left to right in the outfield. Okay. Here's Tolan now. Tolan just 1 for 28 on the season. You probably remember it well. He got his first hit of the year in the last game he played. Left-handed batter. Maloney into the windup on a 1-5 right-handed. Called strike 3. Home plate umpire Crawford rings him up. That's Shag Crawford. Still no Brock. Hi, Mike. Brock did pinch hit in this game in real life. He's certainly available. And I'm not sure when Brock will be back. I'm guessing he can't be out for long. He had 643 at bats in real life that season. Shannon hitting .275, 4 home runs and 9 RBIs. Yeah, what's his name, Thomas? I was reading that earlier this morning. The GM and owner sold the team. Bill DeWitt would sell the team on December 5th, 1966. So apparently he was the owner and the GM, which to me does not sound like a very good idea. Here's the pitch to Shannon. It's a 2-5 right-hander. That's going to be banged into the left center gap, bouncing away from Johnson. Shannon rounds and heads for third. The throw, and he is in there. And we get the daily triple very early in this one. 2-5 right-handed, triple to 6. He throws the 4, and Shannon's standing at third with 1 out. With Flood at the plate, I'm going to roll in or back early in the game. Give it a chance, and they will be in. I started doing that primarily because I almost never pull the infield in, at least until the 3rd inning. But by leaving it up to the dice, or the die in this case, at least provides an opportunity where it could happen. Curt Flood hitting .278, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. Maloney checks the runner. With the infield pulled in, the pitch to Flood is a 1-4. Pop out left side. That's going to be Cardenas making the catch, and the runner will hold. So a big pop out for Maloney. And here's Orlando now. Orlando Cepeda, .298, 1 homer, 7 RBIs. Those are his St. Louis numbers, of course. Maloney's pitch on a 5-9 righty, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Maloney pitches around the triple, strikes out 2. The Cardinals leave 1, and we're scoreless after an inning. And thanks for the research, Bill. So this game, 2 more games without Brock in the lineup. Only missing a few games. Always makes me wonder about that. A very minor injury, probably, right? Or perhaps he wasn't away from the team because he did pinch hit. We move along to the second. Darren Johnson will start things off. He's hitting .209. Leads the ball club with 7 home runs, however, and 17 RBIs, second to Pinson on the team. Mahaffey into the windup. That's going to be a 5-8 right-handed. That is a high fly ball to left field, 1 through 8. Let me double check that. Very hard to read. I'm going to pull up the card here. It is 1 through 8. That's going to be a double. It's a leadoff double for DJ, and here's Shamsky now. Art Shamsky, left-handed hitting outfielder, comes into the game just hitting .180. 4 home runs. 4 of his 11 hits are home runs. In fact, 6 of his 11 hits for extra bases. So while not a lot of on base, he does have some pop. Here's the pitch from Mahaffey on a 2-5 right-handed. Struck him out. Called strike 3. Crawford rings him up. And welcome to Shane, who's joined us. And he's organizing cards. What year, Shane? What do you got going there? Here's Leo Cardenas. Cardenas hitting 208, 4 homers, 14 RBIs. Mahaffey's pitch to the righty is a 6-6 right-hander with the grounder to shortstop, fielded by Buchek. Looks the runner back and throws him out. And it will be up to Edwards, the catcher. Left-handed hitter at 192, 3 homers, 11 RBIs. That's going to be a 2-6 right-handed, and he walks him. First and second, 2 down, and the pitcher Maloney will hit. Maloney, one of those interesting right-handed pitchers who bats lefty. 3W. Pitch from Mahaffey is a 2-6, struck him out, and that'll do it. Second K for Mahaffey. Reds leave a pair, and we're still scoreless. I just read today that February 24th, the computer game will be released. I'm not sure about the cards. I imagine they go out on the same day. I'd have to think anyway. I'm just guessing. I forget when pre-orders are. Let me check that. I have it here in an email. Pre-orders for the new game are February the 4th. Okay, bottom of the second. Tim McCarver will start things off here for the Cardinals. McCarver batting .358. In fact, he's the leading hitter with enough qualifying at bats. 2 homers, 17 RBIs. The pitch from Maloney is a 4-5, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Third K for Maloney. And hello to Joe. You know, Joe, I'm seriously thinking about it. I've looked, I cannot find my original 1970 set. Of course, that's irrelevant because, as you probably know, that was basic version only. Oh, you've got the Diamond Gems and 98. 98, an offensive year for sure. Here's Gagliano now hitting .233, just 7 for 30. He hasn't played much. Been playing more of late though, standing in from the right side. Maloney gets the side, and a 4-6 is a fly ball to right field. That's Shamsky's territory, and he'll make the grab for the second out. Here's Buchek now, leads the club in hitting at .365, 2 homers and a team-leading 18 RBIs. Maloney comes in with a 2-7, struck him out. That's 4 strikeouts already for Maloney, who's really humming it in there today. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. And we find ourselves scoreless after 2. Maloney, of course, due for a better outing. Mahaffey, on the other hand, you just kind of hold your breath. There's a lot of on base on that card. Not expecting him to get deep in the game. As previously mentioned, he's only rated 5 for endurance anyway. Top of the lineup for the Reds, it's Helms. Mahaffey into the lineup. 3-6 right-handed, little comebacker. Mahaffey has it. Throws to Cepeda, 1 away. Here's Rose. He singled his first time up. The pitch from Mahaffey on a 1-5. That's the triple to 3. He's going to sell for the double on a 14. And Rose is 2 for 2. Rose with a 1-out double, and here's Veda Pinson. Pinson grounded a second his first time up. Mahaffey checks the runner. Pitch to Pinson is a 4-4 left-handed. That is a fly ball to center field X, making the roll merely a formality as Flood a 1-0 out there. That's going to be on an 8. Fly ball C, runner holds. A little shallow fly ball. Flood coming in and grabbing it. Yeah, 1-0 for Kurt Flood. How about that? It doesn't get any better. 0 arm. Okay, 2 down, Rose still at second, and here's Coleman. The pitch from Mahaffey is a 5-7 left-handed, and he walks him. 2-out walk to Gordy Coleman, and that's going to bring Darren Johnson to the plate. He doubled his first time up today. Mahaffey checks the runners. Here's the pitch now. It's a 5-6 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Mahaffey gets out of it. His 3rd K. The Reds strand a pair, and we're still scoreless. The 80s would be nice. The 80s, for me, going down memory lane here for a moment, the 80s is when I played the vast majority of my tournaments. I was still living in California. I have all those set somewhere. Although I understand there is a difference between, in many cases, between the ones they originally released and the updated sets. I know 1972 was updated. What was the other one I just played recently? I had to buy it again. The computer version, that is. 1980, I think. Bottom of the 3rd, Julian Javier will start things off. Javier just 177 so far, 3 home runs. Maloney's pitch on a 3-7. Little comebacker. Maloney knocks it down, picks it up, flips to Coleman for the out. That'll bring up the pitcher, Mahaffey, right-handed hitter. 6-9, swung on and missed, strike 3. Maloney makes short work of Mahaffey. It's his 5th strikeout now. And the batter will be Tolan. I'm with Ben. I prefer playing 1989 and prior. Plus, I have plenty of modern-day keeper leagues. Too many, really, if truth be told. Maloney's pitch to Tolan now is a 2-5 righty, and Tolan rips it over the first base bag and into the corner. That's going to go for extra bases. Shamsky gets it back in. Tolan rounds and holds with a 2-out double. Just the 2nd hit of the season for Bobby Tolan. Tolan with good speed at second, and here's Mike Shannon now. Shannon, of course, tripled his first time up. The pitch from Maloney is a 6-6 single on a 1, but on a 20, that'll be a line drive to Helms at 3rd base, and the side is retired. No runs, a hit, 1 left. And we're scoreless after 3 innings. 3 innings have just flown by, it feels like. And they have a tendency to do that when nobody's getting on. Jeremiah's all over that 1970 set. Mahaffey getting ready to go to work here in the 4th. It'll be Shamsky, Cardenas, and Edwards. Shamsky struck out his first time up today. The pitch is a 6-10 left-handed fly ball into left field. Tolan is there, and he makes the catch for the out. Here's Cardenas, 0 for 1. Mahaffey's pitch on a 2-11 righty is a single into right. Cardenas pokes it into right. Shannon gets it back in as Cardenas rounds and holds. And now Cardenas with good speed. -2 on the battery, 14. They're going to hold him at 12. So Cardenas held on. Here's Johnny Edwards. Edwards walked his first time today. Mahaffey working from the stretch. It's a 4-9. That's going to be a single to 13 on a 2. He's got it. 1-star single. Cardenas will hold at second. A little tough to read there, but ground ball B, 14 and on. Single 1 to 13. He rolled the 2. And with 1 out, it's Maloney. Let's check his bunting rating now. He's a B. And the Cardinals will bring the infield in, making him a C. Maloney squares the bunt. He's a C on a 4. And it's a successful sacrifice bunt to the pitcher. Moves both of the runners along, and with 2 down, Tommy Helms will try to pick somebody up. Helms 0 for 2 in the game. Mahaffey a check of the runners. Here's the pitch on a 6-9 right-hander. It's a fly ball into straightaway right. Shannon is there and makes the catch to retire the side. So the Reds strand a pair in scoring position. And we remain scoreless to the bottom of the 4th. Probably the first serious challenge offensively was in that inning by Cincinnati. What do we got here? A visitor? Okay. Okay, bottom of the 4th. Heart of the order for St. Louis. Here's Kurt Flood to start it off. 0 for 1 on the day. Mookie does seem interested, doesn't he, Steve? Maloney the windup. The pitch on a 2-8 is a triple to 4. That's going to be a single on an 18, and Flood leads it off with a single. Now let's check the Cincinnati battery here. Mook, you can't be up there. You're going to eat the paper. Okay. Well, we have that. Maloney a +2 hold. Edwards is 0, so Flood is 17. He'll be held on at 15. With nobody out and Cepeda at the plate, he's going to try for that lead. 2 through 6 or 12. Rolling for a 15, he does not get it. And here's the next pitch to Cepeda. 6-7 right-handed, he walks him. And the Cardinals put the first 2 men on here in the bottom of the 4th. First and second, nobody out. Here's Tim McCarver now. McCarver struck out his first time, standing in from the left side. Maloney a check of the runners. The pitch a 1-8 right-handed. That is a high fly ball to right field. That's off the wall. Shamsky running it down. And they're going to run all day on this one. Here comes Flood to score. Behind him is Cepeda to score. And McCarver stops at third with the second triple of the day. 1-8 right-handed on a 3. He just missed hitting it out of here. Give McCarver 2 RBIs on the play. So a big triple by Tim McCarver. That's McCarver's 7th triple of the season, by the way. And with Gagliano coming to bat, the Reds will pull the infield in. 2-0 Cardinals on the McCarver triple. Here's the pitch to Phil Gagliano now. It's a 6-10 fly to center field X. That's going to be Pinson, a 2E14. Pinson trying to run it down. On a 4, he does. He makes a diving catch in center field to rob Gagliano of extra bases. On the play, McCarver will tag and score. So an incredible play by Pinson. That'll be a sac fly. That's the first out of the inning. That thumping you're hearing, well, you can guess, I'm sure. Here's Buchek 0 for 1. Maloney's pitch on a 2-5 struck him out. That's strikeout number 6 for Maloney. And the batter will be Julian Javier. Steve, to answer your question, not in my game. I'm playing the advanced version. And Joel, thank you for answering the question. It's a... Okay, you can't be up there. You can't. Sorry. Trying to shoo Mookie away from the... He's trying to take the field. Damn it, Mookie. Okay. So the super advanced rare play there isn't inside the park. There definitely is in the computer version. Fan on the field. Now did I roll for Javier or not? Jiminy Christmas. My apologies. I don't think I did. Okay, here's Javier. Mookie. No. Here's the pitch to Javier on a 6-9, swung on and missed, strike 3. 2, 4, 5. That's 7 Ks for Maloney. He gives up 3 runs, however, on 2 hits. And 3-0. Sorry, 3-0 Cardinals after 4. My apologies, and Franklin, you hit it right on the nail head. Circumvent, the old reach around. How many of you are Arrested Development fans? Okay, Mookie has been thrown out of the game, Razor. He is in the bedroom now. We'll let him calm down for a couple innings. Here's Pete Rose to lead off the 5th. His team now trailing by 3. Rose 2 for 2 on the day. Mahaffey comes in there with a 6-5. That's a grounder to shortstop X. Always an adventure with Jerry Buchek, a 4E56, and here's the play. On a 1, he won't get that. Not many would. That's a base hit for Rose, and Pete 3 for 3 today. First endurance inning for Mahaffey. With that leadoff single, they're not wasting any time. As Kurt Simmons begins to throw in the St. Louis pen. Here's Veda Pinson now. Pinson 0 for 2. Mahaffey set from the stretch. 5-10 left-handed, a fly ball to right field and shallow. On comes Shannon. He's there to make the catch. With 1 down, the batter will be Gordy Coleman. Coleman 0 for 1 with a walk. Mahaffey from the stretch. It's a 5-12 left-handed. It's a ground ball to third base X. Tough chance for Gagliano. A 4E8 as he ranges to his left on the 3. He's not going to get that one. It's a single 2 stars and Rose all the way to third. Now 1 more hit or walk will fatigue Mahaffey. Mahaffey's still carrying a shutout, at least for the time being. He will face Darren Johnson. Johnson doubled in the second, struck out in the third. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch to Darren on a 1-11. It's a base hit into center field. That's going to drive in Rose. Coleman rounding, but he'll stop at second on the RBI single by Johnson. And that's going to be it for Mahaffey, who is now fatigued. Kind of what we expected, you'd have to think. Mahaffey's day ends at 4 1/3. He allowed 8 hits, walked a pair, struck out 3, and on will come the left-hander, Kurt Simmons. Simmons, who will finish the year with the Cubs. Let's check on his numbers here. 6 relief appearances, 2 starts, 1-1 with a 4.05. And Mike gets right in there and saves the day with the double switch. Yes, indeed. So we don't want to take Julian out. Nice catch, Mike. Appreciate it, as always. Yeah, we're going to switch Buchek out of there. So Del Maxville will double come in along with Simmons. Maxville played in this game in real life. Simmons goes into the 7 spot. That certainly makes the Cardinals better defensively at short. So Simmons coming in with a score of 3-1. Runners at first and second. Johnson the tying run at first, and here's Shamsky. Simmons comes in there with a 5-12 lefty, grounder to first base X. Tough chance for Orlando Cepeda, 3-17. Here's the play on an 18. He's got it. He goes down to to Maxville for 1, and that's all they'll get. That'll be a 3-6 force. Johnson erased. Coleman goes to third, and that's the second out. 2 away, and the batter will be Leo Cardenas. Simmons gets his sign from McCarver now. Here's the pitch to Leo on a 1-10. Stingle 2 stars. That's going to drive in another run, and we got a 3-2 ball game here. Coleman scores easily. Shamsky all the way to third on the RBI single by Cardenas. Cardenas a star 16 stealer. Let's look at the battery now. Simmons a 0. McCarver -1. That's 15. Cardenas will be held at 13. And here's Johnny Edwards now. Left on left. 2-3. Base hit, and this game is tied. Single into center field. RBI for Edwards. Shamsky scores. Cardenas stops at second. Or does he? It's opened. 2-3 to center. Flood a 0. Cardenas 14-16 to third. Yeah, he'll stop it. He'll stop at second. Tempted to go for it, but no sense making the third out at third base and having the pitcher lead off the next inning. They're going to stick with Maloney, left-handed hitter. That's a 4-7 lefty, and it's a 2-star single from Maloney, and the Reds take the lead. That's going to drive in Cardenas. Edwards all the way to third. And the Reds have come alive with 6 hits in this inning and taken a 4-3 lead. Holy cow. In more ways than one, Franklin. Yeah, I get the pun. And the Reds will bat around in the 5th. How about that? The batter will be Tommy Helms. Simmons got 1 out and 3 hits in a row off of Simmons. The pitch to Helms on a 2-10 lefty is a grounder to third base. Gagliano throws him out, and the side is retired. 4 runs on, count 'em, 6 hits, 2 left. And the Reds have taken the lead here, 4-3. Doug is for the Reds. As usual, I'm on the fence on this one. The Reds certainly could use a win, that's for sure. I'd also like to see the Cardinals tighten up the race in the standings a little bit. So either way, I'll be happy. Maloney goes to work here in the 5th, working with a lead for the first time today. And Dal Maxville will start things off. Thanks to Mike C. He came in that double switch. Maxville 15 for 43, a very surprising 349 average, and he has 7 RBIs in part-time play. Maloney gets the sign from Edwards. Pitch to Maxville on a 2-5, base hit up the middle. The hot-hitting Maxville continues to be hot. Tying run aboard with nobody out, and here's Tolan. Tolan 1 for 2. Maloney working from the stretch on a 4-7, swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's number 8 for Maloney. And the batter is Shannon. 1 for 2 with the triple. Maloney checks the runner. The pitch to Shannon. It's a 3-8. Struck him out. Holy cow, it's 9 Ks now for Maloney. 2 down, and the batter will be Curt Flood. I got to look at Maloney's K totals now. He was a strikeout pitcher, no doubt about that. 216 in real life. Flood 1 for 2. Maloney checks the runner. Pitch to Curt is a 2-8. That's going to be a triple to 4. He just misses it on the 5. He'll settle for the long single with Maxville going to third. Tying run at third with 2 down, and the batter is Cepeda. The Cardinals acquired Cepeda to be an RBI man on this club. And he gets a chance right here against Maloney. Maloney checks the runners. Pitch to Cepeda, 2-6. Liner right into the glove of Helms. And that will do it for the Cardinals as they strand a pair in the 5th. After 5 innings of play, it's 4-3 Reds. Exactly, Franklin. It was a quiet game until Mookie came in and shook things up. Let's see how Simmons fares in the 6th. He will be due to bat third in the bottom of the inning. It'll be Rose, Pinson, and Coleman. One unavailable, Larry Jaster. You can see it right there. Here's Rose, 3 for 3 on the day. He'll bat right-handed against Simmons as the pitch comes in on a 2-7 ground ball into the hole at short. Maxville across to Cepeda. One down, and here's Pinson. Pinson 0 for 3, left on left. Simmons comes in there with a 4-7 lefty. Base hit for Pinson. Pinson aboard with the 1-out single, a star 15 stealer. Minus 114, they're going to hold him on at 12. Here's Coleman now, 1 for 2 with the walk. Simmons gets his side from the stretch, 2-5, base hit into center, open single, Pinson rounding, 16, Flood to 0. They're going to send him, and the Cardinals will cut it off. Johnson, Shamsky, Cardenas. Tracy Stallard, the righty. Hal Woodishick, the lefty throwing in the pen. Meeting on the mound. Shag Crawford says break it up, and Simmons is going to stay in at least for the time being. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch to Johnson. That's going to be a 4-8 right-handed liner right into the glove of Julian Javier. Throws to first, back to the bag in time is Coleman. And it will be up to Shamsky. Shamsky 0 for 3. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Simmons pitch 3-8. Pops him up right side. Cepeda making the play. And Simmons able to strand a pair. I'm going to take a short break here and see if Mookie's ready to behave himself. Okay, he's on the loose again, so we'll see how it goes. Quite a ball game we've got going here. Started off quiet. Four to three Reds, we moved to the bottom of the sixth. It's McCarver, Gagliano, and the pitcher's spot. Maloney's windup. The pitch to McCarver, 5-6, swung on and missed, strike three. That's 10 strikeouts now for Maloney. The batter will be Phil Gagliano, 0 for 1 with a sac fly. Maloney into the windup, 5-5 righty, swung on and missed, strike three. And oh my goodness, Maloney is putting on a strikeout show here today. That's 11. And the Cardinals will now send up a hitter for Simmons, who frankly hasn't been very effective anyway. Hal Woodashek will be the next pitcher in. And let's see who the batter's going to be. 2 out, nobody on. Looking to catch lightning in a bottle. They're going to send up Ed Spezio. Spezio, not much on base, but a little power. He is just 1 for 6. All in a pinch hitting role. Maloney's pitch on a 2-4 fly ball into right field. Shamsky's there, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Maloney. And here comes Hal Woodashek, left-handed pitcher. Excuse me. Third St. Louis pitcher of the game. Woodashek in his 9th appearance, 2-1, 3.68. Like Simmons, he also worked at this game in real life, although I don't always go by that. Once again, it's just a guideline. Oh God, here he comes again. Here's Cardenas to start things off. Bottom third of the order for Cincinnati. Cardenas 2 for 3 on the day. Woodashek comes in there with a 2-6 left-handed. It's a high fly ball to left center. That's going to be off the wall, and Cardenas will round and hold with a stand-up double. Exactly. No, he just jumped down. Oh, goodness. It's going to be one of these days. Batter will be Johnny Edwards, the catcher. He has not been retired today. 2 singles and a walk. Woodashik gets the sign. On a 2-7 fly ball to right field, B question mark. Shannon makes the catch. Cardenas can tag and go to third. 14-16 minus 2, 14. He's only out on the 20, so he's going to tag. Try to go to third, and he does. Maloney a B, that's correct. B bunter. St. Louis will pull the infield in. Runner at third, only 1 out. And Maloney's going to swing away. Left-handed batter on a 1-8, and he rips a base hit into center field. And Maloney, with his second hit of the day and his second RBI, drives in Cardenas to make it 5-3. So Woodashik so far not faring much better than Simmons. Look at all of those hits for the Reds. Holy cow. I got to add these up now. It's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15 hits already for Cincinnati. Holy crap. Here's Helms. Helms and Shamsky, the only players hitless left in the lineup. Left on right here, it's Helms, 3-7 left-handed. It's a ground ball to short. That's going to be 2. It's Maxville to Javier to Cepeda. The 6-4-3 double play ends the inning, but the Reds get an insurance run on 2 hits and leave a man. And they now lead it 5-3 as we stretch for the 7th. Sorry about all these distractions today. I'm going to take a quick break, get a coffee, and use the restroom, and we'll check in on Mookie. You know, I gave him some treats earlier. Actually, right when I let him out of the bedroom, I gave him some treats. But it should be pointed out that today is Mookie's birthday, sort of. He's 9 months old today. And hello there, Mike. See, he's not in the tower. Let's take a look. He's around here somewhere. Oh, there he is. Uh-huh. You really want to get involved today, don't you? says, I don't understand what all this dice rolling is. I was expecting a little party today. Very disappointed here. There went the mouse to the secondary laptop. And we're set to go here. Hopefully, we can wrap this up without any further distractions. Hello there, Rob. Good to see you. Are you on drive time right now? Tonight is the night. Okay, somebody has to clue me in. It's not the interview yet, isn't it? Is it? That's on the 11th, I thought. Inside Pitch begins tonight. Oh, excellent. 1983. Okay, I have to think back on that one for a minute. Boy, why am I drawing a blank? I hate that. 82 is Phillies. No. Boy, I've drawn a complete blank. I should know this. Braves and Reds, thank you. Oh, I was thinking who was in the World Series in 83. 83. 82 is Cardinals. '83. That was the Phillies. That was off by a year. Thank you, Cleveland. Okay, bottom of the 7th we go. The Cardinals trail by 2. Julian Javier will start it off. He is 0 for 2. Maloney comes in with a 4-7 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's 12 now for Maloney. Here's Dal Maxville, singled his first time up. 2-5 right-handed, another base hit for Maxville, whose torrid ways continue. This is the first fatigue inning possibly for Maloney. He's a 7. And the batter, Bobby Tolan. Tolan 1 for 3. Maloney from the stretch. 5-3 left-handed as a grounder to the pitcher X. Maloney, good fielding pitcher too. 1E13. Here's the play. On a 5 error range, 6 on a 13. He makes the play. Down to Rose for 1 to first, double play. It's a 1-4-3, and that will end the inning. So Maloney throwing a hell of a game here today. And the Reds through 7 lead at 5-3. Yeah, now I recall. Sure, thanks guys. That was the year the Orioles broke through. To the 8th we go. Second inning for Woodishick. It'll be Rose, Pinson, and Coleman for the Reds. Rose batting right-handed. 2-11 lefty, grounder down to third base. Fielded there by Gagliano, who throws him out. Here's Veda Pinson now, 1 for 4 on the day. Woodishick with the windup. The pitch, a 3-10 lefty, and he bangs a single into center field. Second hit of the day for Pinson. Checking the battery now, Woodishick with a good hold, -3. McCarver with the -1 arm. Pinson an 11, not held. And here's Gordy Coleman. They may take him out for defense anyway at first, so let's see what else they've got. They're going to go ahead and bat for Coleman with the slightly better defensive Don Pavletic. In what has been a platoon, at least so far. Oh my God, he just jumped on my back. Good grief. 4E15, slight improvement on the 4E24. Here's Pavletic. Pavletic hitting .253, 3 homers, 8 RBIs. Woodishick from the stretch. It's a 5-5 righty, swung on and missed, strike 3. Pavletic down on strikes. And the batter will be DJ. He's 2 for 4 today. Woodishick from the stretch. It's a 5-5 righty, swung on and missed, strike 3, same number. And the side is retired. Pavletic, of course, will remain in the game and play first. Let's take a look at the rest of the Cincinnati lineup. Let's see what they have on the bench. Both outfield corners could use some help. So Johnson's going to be replaced by Mel Queen, who will play right. Queen, a good outfielder. Shamsky will slide over to left. I'd replace Shamsky too, but he's due to lead off in the 9th, so for now he'll stay out there. And here's Maloney, now in his second endurance inning. 12 strikeouts so far for Maloney, and he'll be facing Shannon, Flood, and Cepeda, all right-handed hitters here in the bottom of the 8th, with the Cardinals trailing by 2. Mike Shannon 1 for 3 on the day. Maloney gets the sign. Pitches a 2-7, and he loses him, ball 4. A leadoff walk to Shannon. Shannon a star 15, +2, 17. He'll be held at 15. He's not the tying run. With 1 out, Flood will hit away. We have action now in the Red bullpen as Billy McCool begins to throw. Flood the tying run at the plate. Maloney out of the stretch. 1-6 pops him up left side. Cardenas has it. And there's one down. Now Shannon's going to try for the lead, 2 through 5 or 12. 9, he doesn't get it. Batter will be Orlando Cepeda with one away. Cepeda 0 for 2 with a walk. Shannon taking a lead from first. Maloney out of the stretch. Fires in there with a 1-9. Grounder back to Maloney. Turns and fires to Rose for 1. On to Pavletic. Double play. And the side is retired. Through 8. Reds lead it 5-3. Mookie trying to make an advancement on the field. Somehow he snuck past security again. Good crowd on hand today. I want to thank everybody for watching. Hell of a game here. A lot of interruptions. I apologize for that. And Shamsky will lead it off here in the 9th. Woodashik comes in with a 3-7 grounder to second base. It's Javier to Cepeda, one down. And here's Leo Cardenas now, the shortstop. 3 hits on the day for Leo. Woodashik into the windup. 5-7 right-handed and a single into right, and Cardenas is 4 for 5. -4, not held at 12. And the batter will be Edwards. Edwards 2 for 3 with a walk. Woodashik out of the stretch on a 4-3 lefty is a fly ball to right field X. That's going to be Shannon. Shannon a 2-E5 trying to run it down. Here's the play on a 14. He makes the catch for the out. And now, I'll tell you, I'm going to have to think about this one. Let's see what's left on the bench. As much as I would love to see Maloney finish it, the Reds really badly need a win here. They're going to go ahead and bring in McCool, and Tony Perez will bat for Maloney. So Maloney goes 8 today. He allowed 7 hits, 3 runs. He walked 2 and struck out an impressive 12. And here's Perez now. Perez facing Woodashik, runner at first, 2 down. Takes to Tony. 1-6, single 2 stars. Cardenas will round in and go to third. I thought long and hard about it, Mike, I'll tell you that. Out of character for me, right? Most of the time I would lean towards that. But in the end, I thought, you know, they have Billy McCool. He's ready. Let's go to McCool. This is the 3rd inning of work for Woodashik, so he'll tire on 1 more hit or walk. Rose Pinson. What else they got down there? Tracy Stallard's been throwing. Woodishick pitching to Helms on a 1-4 fly to left field. It's playable for Bobby Tolan, who makes the grab, and that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. Two-run lead going into the bottom of the 9th. Shamsky will come out. Tommy Harper's going into left. These are 2E2 plus 1. And on comes McCool. McCool 0-1, 8 saves, however, and a 1.89 ERA so far. He'll be trying to notch his 9th, facing McCarver, Gagliano, and the pitcher's spot. McCool, the left-hander, he's ready now. McCarver stands in 1 for 3. McCool with the windup. The pitch to McCarver on a 3-8 left-hander as a grounder to first base, fielded by Pavletic, flips to McCool covering, and there's one away. That'll bring up Gagliano. Phil, the right-handed batter, McCool, the lefty, into the windup. 5-5, single to 6, and he's got it on the 4. Knocked down at second by Rose, but he has no play. That'll go for an infield single. And now we will have a batter for Woodishick. Right. Woodishick, 2, 3, 5 hits in 3 innings, 1 run, no walks, 2 strikeouts. The start, okay, no, 2 runs were begging your pardon. I've got this all screwed up. It's because of the batting around. Charlie Smith will bat for the Cardinals. Charlie Smith has been announced. Let's take a look at Gagliano. No threat to run. Runner on first, 1 down. McCool out of the stretch. Pitch to Smith is a 6-5 right-handed, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Smith. And the Cardinals down to their last out in the form of Julian Javier. Gagliano taking his lead from first. McCool out of the stretch, 4-2, ground ball to short. That's going to do it. Cardenas over to Coleman, and that's the game. Reds win it 5-3. I'll be back with the totals in just a moment. God, now I feel bad I didn't leave him in, guys. Well, different days, different decisions. Probably 9 days out of 10 I would have. I don't know why I didn't today, but keeps it interesting, I suppose. McCool notches his 9th save. Maloney picks up his 2nd win. He's 2-5 now. Beautiful game by Maloney, 12 strikeouts. 13 in the game for Cincinnati pitching. I would go with that, Mike. The offensive performances for the Reds way too scattered. Maloney's the player of the game with the 12 strikeout, 8-inning performance. Attaboy to Leo Cardenas, 4 hits. Maloney had 2 hits and drove in 2 himself. The Reds in winning tallied 5 runs on 18 hits. 18 hits. No errors. For the Cardinals, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Simmons takes the loss. He's 1-2 now. No, Steve, definitely not the most efficient game for the Reds. They had hits all over the place. Base runners practically every inning. Actually, forget the practically. They had base runners in literally every inning. But they hang on to win at 5-3. Looking ahead on the schedule, tomorrow we're going to wrap up May 27th with the Boston Red Sox at the Washington Senators. That's going to be Bob Sadowski. I think he's a computer-only card. That's the Red Sox starter, and Pete Rickard will take the mound for Washington. Usual time, 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. Please be here tomorrow. Thanks for being here today. Spokane Steve wishing everybody a very pleasant good evening. Take care, everyone.